How much money did you make on that desk?
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kill.
Alright guys, so what you're about to watch is quite incredible. I've just spent one day with Sami. Sami is an incredible entrepreneur. He is in his mid-20s and he built in less than 2 years a commodity trading company focused on bioproduct with 7 employees. And he started with no outside capital. It's an incredible story and I'm pretty sure that in a decade you will see that Sami is an extremely powerful and influent person because this guy is a machine. He doesn't stop. So watch this interview, learn the lesson, and in few years you'll be able to say, yes, I was there. I saw the interview that Sami did with Damien. All right, Sami, first question, why did you come to Kuala Lumpur? It's far from Germany.
That's true. I came here because I did a little bet with one of my colleagues that if we reach a certain target, we will go somewhere for 1 month. And on the other side, we tried to combine it with business. And there was like a business fair here for energy markets where, Malaysia has Petronas.
Yeah,
so
sure.
we
Petronas, right there. Yes.
And yes, that's like the biggest mineral oil company here in Kuala Lumpur. And we were interested to know what they're doing and what they're working on. And yes, so we combined fun and work.
So, all right, so what was it, a 6 figures target?
For him, it was not, but at the end of the day, like the team managed to have like in the 6-figure target.
Nice, so you see? All right, and Sami, so how old are you?
I'm 26 years old.
26 years old, and when did you start Green Line Commodities?
I started Green Line Commodities in June, approximately 2024.
All right, so it's been less than 2 years.
Yes.
Man, this is crazy, and now you told me you have like 7 employees full-time?
Exactly, and we are trying to get into like 10 people at the end of the year. That's the goal.
Man, nice. So, all right, so people, I think they just hear you, 24 years old, you started your company, and now it's growing fast. So how did it happen? How did you start? I mean, man, you were a kid, so how did you do this?
So I was always entrepreneurial. Since my childhood, I was always looking for new opportunities and trying to find a way to make a living. I'm not like from a wealthy family, so there was always this need in like working hard, like my parents did. So my dad is from Algeria. He came here and built everything
to Germany.
To Germany, exactly, to build our family. My mom is from France, and so my mom was more for the educational side. My dad like for the money. That's like a very traditional family. And it was always taught in my family, you need to make a business, you need to try to transact and make transactions. One of my first businesses was, maybe you know Iman Gazzi?
Yeah, of course I know.
I tried like marketing for a real estate company. It did not work well in a sense because I partnered with someone. And if you partner with someone, you always look how much is the other person working.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
It was at a certain point it was demotivating to give 110% and the other person less, for example.
For sure.
So that's the reason I learned in my life, okay, if starting a business, maybe the first real one is better to do it alone. That was the lesson in this. Then during my university time, I was in France at the EDEC Business School, and they had a Facebook group, right, where they like drove from one city to the bigger city next to it. So I monopolized people, did some marketing on Snapchat to get some drivers, and then we drove like first with 2 or 3 cars.
So you started at basically a Uber.
Exactly, Uber, but with a Facebook university group. Yeah. And then I realized, okay, now it's getting challenging. I'm working till 4 in the morning. Maybe I should hire also someone on the operational side. So at the end, we had like 2 people like covering the operations, like checking the Facebook chats. And yes, that's how it went. At the end, we had to stop because they were like saying, okay, these guys are not from our university. It's a bit shady. I don't want to go in this car. So we had to shut down like this.
All right. So you had like, so from very, very young, you were entrepreneurial.
Exactly.
All right. And then you found an opportunity in the bio market, basically.
Yes, true.
Oh, all right, man. And how did you know that there was an interesting market for you to jump in?
I realized that the best customer is a B2B customer. because directly from the approach, it's much easier to work with companies who know what they want.
Yeah,
And
that's for sure.
with my experience also in marketing before, I had to convince people to take my service. For example, all the real estate agents, they don't really need like marketing, or they think they don't need marketing.
Yeah.
So it was more challenging to sell a marketing service than to, for example, go to energy companies who already, for example, buy commodities.
Yeah.
It's not a question of do you want to buy, it's a question if do you like me, do you want to make a transaction, give me a chance to prove myself. And if you are honest in this business, then all the doors are open, but you have one chance. So that's what we are also focusing on in Green Line Commodities. We look for honest business and we look to support the client. It's not about primarily making money, it's about looking how can I help my client the best possible way. And if you are like solving a real issue, people don't care about like what are the real price, because price is just like one element in the whole deal.
Yes, actually, price is one element in the whole transaction. That for sure. There is a lot of different things. This is what I keep saying to all the new guys. Like, look, man, people will deal with you if they like you. First, if you are a pain in the ass, maybe they will do it because they have to, but it won't work, man. Some of the customers that I had from the dairy business like 15 years ago, even though I'm not in this business anymore, if, for instance, I have a cargo right now, I would call them up and they would buy from me. Just because they know that if you deal with Damian, everything will go well. If there's a claim, he's going to be here to support you. If there's like any issues, yeah, he'll be here. It's not going to disappear. And so this is what it's, I really like this business because it's a very long-term business. So you can have one customer for your whole career, and then even your son could have this guy as a customer and carry on. As long as you behave correctly, it will compound. So yeah.
That's what I'm also saying to our team. I even frame it in this word because customer, especially in the German language, it's very negative in the sense that he is buying from us. So it's like always with a negative connotation.
Yeah.
So how I call them,
How do you call it customer?
I call them my friends.
Yeah, no.
Literally.
In German word, it's
Kunde.
Kunde. Yeah, Kunde.
Kunde.
Aber das ist. Yeah.
So
could be a bit negative, you're right.
It's more positive to call them friends because they are friends. I'm spending 80% of my working day
Speaking with them.
So I speak more with my friends or my clients in this sense than with my mother.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's like a certain connection, and you kind of need to also enjoy like talking to them, joking around. And if you take this job too seriously, or in generally in sales or like in trading, if it's too serious, then you always need to be positive. Simple example, you call people, tell them, hey, how are you doing? First call. Like, yeah, what do you want?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, man, first I have manners. I ask you how you're doing. And on the other side, yeah, can I please talk to the responsible person? So you always need to fun around, and it shocks the people if you bring it again to a personal level. And if I also see that I'm getting too salesy, let's say I'm like saying, yes, we have the best product, I'm making jokes about myself. I'm like, for example, with some partners, I'm telling, yeah, that was the biggest bullshit sales call or like sales pitch I ever made, but you got the point. And then like they're also laughing,
Yeah,
like
of
good
course.
that you realize it and everything. Because like if it's in a fun way, everything, like, it open hearts, and it's like a human business.
Yeah,
It's,
sure, man. At the end of the day, man, you're completely right, because you need to think, especially because you sell to big utilities or to big companies. So those guys, they are, I don't know, procurement officer, or I don't know how they are called in, but man, it's not like it's funny job, you know? So this is why if they can have a call with you and, you know, it's going to be entertaining, there's going to be a few jokes and so on, people just like it. It's just nice, you know? But it's funny because the other day we hired our first guy here in Kuala Lumpur, and I wrote on the wall, we are professional and we laugh. Because I was like, man, this is really important. So we are professional. Then I gave him like a big speech about what it means being professional, but also, and we laugh, because, man, we can't be too serious otherwise, but it's...
One of my metrics internally is I ask my colleagues, how many friends did you make? With whom are you friends in the market? You need to make friendships. It can't be that you are like speaking like a roboter or something like this.
Exactly.
You need to bring some personality. And it can be also ridiculous. At the end of the day, nobody really cares.
Yeah.
For example,
that's true. Yeah.
like easy like scenario. Sometimes I wake up, I have a cat. So my cat is like in front of my face. I'm literally saying it to people. They ask me, hey, how are you doing? I say, I can't complain. I waked up with my cat in front of my face. The day can't be sweeter, you know? Yeah. So it's like personal things.
This is true, man. This is such a good thing. That's like a really good salesman, man. Right, so you see this is a boy room. There is like water and whey protein. This is the only thing that you can have here. So, but you guys work here.
Exactly. That's our setup, kind of on the kitchen table, and here on the little table there as well. We kind of like improvise. The most important thing is that we are together, we enjoy a new experience, and that we have our computers, internet, enough to eat, water and
whey protein, that's it.
It's trading in general. If it's a business owner or an employee, you need to stay sharp and focus the whole day. You can't make mistakes. Like if you give the wrong price, or if you confuse deals, that's not possible. There's no room for mistakes, and that's the reason why you need to prepare. Also, like before you go to bed or in the morning, you need to prepare to be focused and to do the right things.
I mean, for sure. And so it's, but I would say that what I don't get is like most of those kids, they don't have the right mindset, you know. They have some type of victim mindset. They think that, oh, I didn't get this, or I didn't get that, oh, but my father doesn't know that guy. But you are the prime example that all of that is bullshit.
Exactly, especially if you have like access to the internet nowadays. There's no excuse. You just literally, ChatGPT can be your professor. Of course, not like in the deep, but like the broad things can be already covered by ChatGPT. And with the internet, like that's also how we met. Yeah. We met through your academy, and you can like also advise people. I never had like someone I asked to advise, like for help, who told me, no man, I don't want to help you. Why?
Yeah, but because you have a right energy, and people want to help other people with the right energy. If you can, and also you are clever because you know how to ask. It's when you reach out to someone, like especially someone that is like, let's say, on another level of you, if you are like me, then it's not going to work. You always need to think what is for the other guy, to spend his time for me, what in it for him. And if you can track that, then there's no limit.
That's 100%. So also that's, I think, a good moment for you to thank you and to tell you thank you for this nice experience. Like you're very open, and I really enjoyed this experience having with you.
By the way, you told me that you made some donation with your company already.
Exactly.
Right, for some well, right?
Yes, we invested in like some water fountains in Pakistan, India, Chad, and I think like 1 or 2 more countries. It's like public also on our website, and that's also like we plan to give back approximately 2% every year of what we're doing. Just like again with that's correlated to the spirituality, that if you give back, you will never like lose this money really. What I love with trading, there's no like performance is everything. Yeah. Like in trading, there's no race.
That is also what I love. It's like the PNL is the truth.
Exactly, and that's like the difference between school and work life. In school, like some teacher told you, okay, you're good or you're bad. But in trading is you show like if you put the work in, then like the result speaks for itself. However, the difference between a good trader and a bad trader is someone who can adapt to himself and be self-reflected. Because if you're not self-reflected, you will not even understand that you're going to the wrong course. So you have like a trading strategy. You're saying, okay, I import something from the Balkan countries to, for example, Germany. And it works, and then you don't realize, okay, wait, there's like the competition coming in, there's like the margins like reducing, and they don't do anything about it. So of course, sooner or later they will lose the motivation and say, okay, no, trading is not working. But in truth is, they knew already, they knew already that like something is off. So you need to be already like planning ahead. The same thing what we are doing right now. We are of course trading and making deals, buying and selling. However, you need to also like go one step further and say, okay, how can I secure my position in the market? What are the big guys doing? So what I'm like always asking ChatGPT is, I have this problem. How would Glencore, how would Vitol like solve this problem?
Nice trick, man.
And then I already know like how they do it. Like, okay, Glencore bought assets in the coal industry to strengthen it. They made M&A transaction, and of course, as a young company, I can't do M&As.
Yeah, but still, this is where you are going, because right now you're trading, but you're already thinking about securing the offtake. So you hire the guy to do the project and so on. So you are going that way, even though it's maybe in 1 year, 2 years. You are still moving your company to be able to have some offtakes secure.
Exactly. And if we go back to the motivation of the like team, if they see, okay, like we always have to change, this will like keep them sharp. So we always need to like be alerted, and if like people just like see it as a normal job, sooner or later they will be gone.
Yeah, especially in small firm. You can't have like slackers or people that are just there for the work. It doesn't work. Obviously, when you are a big corporation, 80% of the people slack, it's normal. But when you are a small firm, you need everybody to be at 100%. But also, you as a manager, you need to motivate them. You need to show them the way, right?
100%. So sometimes if I see that the motivation is gone, I like remember the team.
I fire a guy.
no, that's not in my belief, because I think that everybody can do this, and of course, it's my responsibility to make the team like everybody is different, and I believe that everyone can be successful. So it's my task to understand what are they thinking, how can I work with them, and that is my primary goal. I want like loyalty. Then I need to show also loyalty, and of course I need to select with whom I want to work from the start. So it's yes, we have like a 2-stage process where first we like make a little check if like he can fit the company, and then we make a sales trader simulation where we check if he can like work under pressure. And yes, that's how we test the people. Sometimes you don't believe me, in the interview they lost money. Like literally they lost money. Yeah, self-development, like many people like don't take it very seriously or don't believe in this power of like trying to improve themselves, but it's pretty fun.
Yeah, man, actually, man, all the big traders, all the big entrepreneurs, they are all the same. They are always in pursuit of self-development, because this is the only way to make something of yourself. So either way you do it, it's still the same mindset behind all the successful people.
100%. And what are maybe your like pillars in life? Well, like, because I told you a bit about my pillars, it would be also great to know like what are like the most important things for you.
Maybe this is another video. All right, look where we are, man. Look where we are. Yeah, this is Traders Hotel. How do you motivate your team to work? Because you have like an extremely high work ethic. Obviously, you can't ask your employee to work as much as you, but they still work a lot. So how do you make that happen? What is your approach to management?
So first of all, you have to be an example, and you need to outwork everyone. You need to show them that you are the righteous leader in a sense. Even especially between traders, there's always this comparison. Especially also with my teammates, they still like on me if I'm not performing. They like say, "Oh, Sami, what's happening today?" Huh? That's also the motivation where I'm like, okay, there's like a little bit pressure. I want to be successful anyways, but there's also the pressure that if I'm not performing, it will take the whole team down in a sense, and that's the reason why that's the priority number one. They see me as a bit crazy because I'm like the whole time trying to be very efficient with my day and work as much, but that's also the image I want to have, and that's also the person I want to be, because I have fun in working, and if they see like a good example, that's like one way of motivating them. Another way is also that if they genuinely feel that you want the best thing for them, then they are also going to be motivated. You can also like be a little bit angrier, tell them, hey, that was not like how we discussed it, and it was not the strategy we discussed, or you're right now not performing. They might be like also a bit angry, or not angry, but like they might fail attack. At the end of the day, they always know I want the best for them. Even in the start, because I don't know how to manage. It's the first time that I'm doing this with a bigger team. I was even like apologizing to my employees. I was like, man, that's not enough. It's not enough. You need to do this. And then at the end of the day, or like a few minutes later, I was like, hey man, sorry, I did not mean it like this. And then
Sure. But the thing what I really like is like you modeled basically the Wolf of Wall Street, and basically in your office. That's a bit the idea, honestly.
I mean, the Wolf of Wall Street, like he is like more negatively connotated in the sense that he screwed people. And like
all right, but I mean it's okay. I guess it's really the bro office environment. It's a bunch of guys that are working extremely hard, but are looking for extremely high payout, and they are okay to do this trade-off because they know that all right, if I bust my ass now, I can get this, and you make it in a like environment like a football team.
Yes.
Like, you know, it's like everybody needs to perform in the team. Otherwise, obviously, you'll be cut out. But all the guys that perform well, they want also to work with other people that perform well. And that everybody try to put the bar higher like every time.
Yes. What we recently done and what I saw, like what changed also the motivation in the team, it was always good. But the motivation for like a status quo will just stay like, let's say for 3 months, for 1 quarter, but then you already need to have like some changements because the motivation will not be kept the whole year over. So we started a new business branch where we go into M&A and project development of renewable energies, where we build like plants in Europe, but also like outside of Europe. And then if like people realize that's crazy what Sami is doing, I want even more to perform because I see the future. Like my vision, if I have a vision and I communicate it, that has one effect, but it can also be like bullshit. But if we are like acting on it and they see every time there's an idea, we react fast and we there's always every month, every week a changement, they're like even more and more interested to be like part of this team to see how is it turning.
But this is why you have a big vision, and this is what I also like about you, because when you told me like I mean, we were discussing about your market, the players in it, and so on. And then you were like, yeah, but why I can't be the next Shell? Why I can't be the next ExxonMobil? I was like, all right, this dude. I was like, all right, perfect. But exactly, this is the right answer. So yeah, I really like that. I was like, yeah, effectively, why not, man?
That's true.
Obviously.
I mean, like there was like someone who was probably not smarter than me, or probably he was, but at the end of the day, someone made it.
Yeah, of course.
And he did not made it alone. That's also the huge difference.
Yeah.
I'm always thanking my team after the day. There's always a certain respect and appreciation what I show to my team, because I know without my team, I'm nothing. Without my team, I can't cover every market. I can't even cover my own market, my main market, I can't cover it if I don't have the right people in place. So I own them as much as they like respect me, I respect them.
Right, so now about that. Let's say there is like a couple of new trainee that's traders, all right?
Exactly.
That come in your office. How are you going to train them? What are you going to tell them? How would be this first week, this first month of onboarding?
Okay. For me, I don't know if that's the right way, and I'm very hard. Like you see me right now laughing, but I'm in a sense very German, that rules are rules. We talked about something, we are doing this. So it's like
I'm sure you are very hard. But yeah, I mean, actually you have to in this business, man. Yeah, that's just, then you answer the question, but I can tell you, man, all the biggest guys that are like the men that made multi-millions dollars of fortune and so on, all of them, when I speak with someone that work with them or for them, they will all tell me, man, these guys are hard as, is so difficult to work with and so on. But then when I speak with the guy, he's a nice guy, you know, we laugh each other, and obviously I love commodities, the guy made this money. So we have a very good contact, and I really love the guy, he's really nice guy. But if you speak with his team, they are going to tell you, man, these guys are, and it's normal because you need to expect better from people than what they would give in a normal job.
That's true, but they
all right,
don't
so go back
know.
to a question about onboarding, right? So how would it,
So
you will be hard with them first.
I'm very hard at first, and this might shock people. They're like just coming in. Example, someone like we hired someone, second day. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, yeah, I'm doing research. For what? Like, yeah, I'm on this website. Like, what is your goal? I don't know. Directly, I'm like, man, what the fuck are you doing? Like, there's no way that you're doing unnecessary work. It's better to ask me, hey man, I want to, what should I do? Then first in the morning, like trying to be fake productive and instead of like discussing with the team. Obviously, I was just coming in and like I saw him on the computer, but it's always like, maybe it's too hard, but that's the way I am.
Man, in the 18 months you grew this business, so I can tell you it the right way. But it's also one thing that I said before we start recording, is like, people like that, man. Honestly, you will attract the right type of people that like this type of atmosphere, you know. So I think it's not bad, man. I saw, for instance, an ad. It was like a few years ago, maybe a couple of years ago. It was for a recruitment ad for a trading company. And on the ad, you could see there was like a girl she looked like a geek, all right? And I was like, man, the company is completely missing the point, because nobody that is going to perform wants to work next to that girl. They don't understand the type of mentality of people that want to do that work and that would want to be a commodity trader. They don't want a soft environment where people are talking about their feelings. This is not what they want.
That's true.
And I think the company get bigger, the HR start to say, oh, we need to have like ESG people, I don't know what the and then the company can still do well because they are well placed, they have good asset, but they won't grow, man. This is over. You need to have some people that really want to give everything that they have to get the deal, everything that they have to get to put a trade flow together, because it's hard, man. What you are doing is hard, man. It's hard. It's not, you can't be soft and make it work, man. I don't believe that.
That's true. There's a funny story about this. I was talking to one of our partners, our friends. I also like to use the word partner. And we talked about like how much I worked. I was like telling him, yeah, we work 11 hours and the team is still in the office. And he was asking me, man, don't you have any HR? And I think I was like jokingly saying, yeah, we will also work on, I will try to convince them to work also on Saturday because we had to do like some stuff. And he was like, man, that's not like HR, like compliant and everything. So I was like, man, my team is their own HR. Because like if I tell them, hey man, let's work on a Sunday, and he's been like working also like before, he will tell me, hey Sami, shut the fuck up, I'm just going home, like now it's too much. And that's like the great thing, if we'd have like a good relation. It's not like a bossy relation, you need to do this. It's like people, they know their like boundaries and they know how far they go. My task is like to bring them to their full potential, and if they tell me, hey, I need to rest, okay, go rest. But like rest good and don't do like inefficient stuff.
And all right, so and right now, so how many traders or commercial do you have in your team?
I have right now around 5. We have like 5 commercials. We have 1 engineer who is
for the sustainable project. I mean, for the renewable project, right?
Project developments and M&A transactions to analyze the technical like setup, and then we have like 1 marketing intern.
All right, yeah, 7 people. And
exactly.
Now the question, because this is a question everybody wants to know: with how much money did you start?
At the end of the day, money is theoretically just a tool to survive.
You are avoiding the question. My question that I want to get from you is like, people think that if you want to start a commodity trading business, you need to have 100K, you need to have 1 million behind you.
Yes.
So that was not your case.
That was not my case, no. I had almost nothing. I had like maybe 6 months to survive.
All right. So this is what I wanted to have you said. It's like you can structure a deal on back-to-back transaction that doesn't need you to have a huge amount of capital. It's important for people that want to start. It's important to understand that. Obviously, down the line, when you grow and you are going quite fast, you will have to find some other source of funding. But right now, you can have a team with doing mostly back-to-back transaction. And now you have money to buy the product. But at the beginning, you didn't. So you had to be inventive in the way that you structure your deal, right?
That's true.
So what are you next? So now you are mostly trading bio product?
Yes.
And so mostly in Germany, or you are also?
Yes, we are in Germany, we are also in Europe. However, we are also looking into international markets since we are doing project development as well.
Yeah.
For example, in Saudi Arabia, in Bahrain, Oman, we look at project in Nigeria, Senegal. Also in Estonia, we are working on some projects also in Europe. Poland is also now getting more and more interesting. For project development, the first task or the first step is, of course, you need to check if there's a business case. You need to do a feasibility study. Yep. And after you made the feasibility study, you need to look for local partners. Which good company would be interested in doing this project with us? And on the other side, you have the investor. You need to also like kind of finance this whole project. And the investor needs to have a hedge. They need to know, okay, in the next 10 years, the commodity which is being produced is we have a contract for that, which is called full offtake.
Yeah.
So I have to also go to other countries and look for opportunities for the bioproduct where we can like ship it.
So now are you going to hire new people? What are you, or what type of people are you looking to hire in the future?
I'm looking for people who know how to communicate and know where they want to be in life. And we did not figure out everything, especially when they're young. We don't figure out everything.
I mean, there are a bunch of kids.
That's true. That's true. But like the final vision needs to be there. Like they need to be hungry and say, I want to prove something to myself. I want to prove something to the family. And I wish that we have like more of this thinking. I want to prove something for my country. I think we need to also like, I see like how Europe is developing and especially Germany, and I think we should be like more proud of the country we've been living in. Also like Switzerland, you're from Switzerland, you probably also see more and more people, they are like deconnecting to the country.
Yeah, I mean this is a problem of the West. Europe in general is like it's going all to the toilet. Because
Yes.
people, I don't know, they've been told that they are bad people for whatever reason. So now they hate themselves, they hate the country. They think humans are bad for the planet, like all that type of weird thinking. But you're right, man. But it's really cool. And all right, if people want to connect with you or whatsoever, what should they do?
I'm available on LinkedIn, and on our website we have openly our phone number and email address. Green Line Commodities is our company. The website is glc-energy.com. So yes,
I will put a link below this video.
we are always available
All right,
for
perfect.
discussions.
Thanks, man. What's nice?
Thank you.